New India is a dangerous entity. Now, this statement has been said by Pakistan's permanent ambassador to the UN, Munir Akram, at the UN General Assembly. Now, at first, when you look at this particular statement, it may seem like it is indicative of India's growing might. It is indicative of India's growing influence in the world. And that is true to some extent. However, what this statement is actually trying to indicate is that India is the bully, India is the aggressor, India is the bad guy over here, and Pakistan, on the other hand, is the good guy. Pakistan is a victim. So, before we dive deep into understand what actually happened at the UNGA regarding this particular speech by Munir Akram, please subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any new videos. So, Munir Akram, Pakistan's permanent ambassador to the UN, actually accused India of state sponsored terrorism. He accused the Indian government of carrying out extrajudicial killings, not just in Pakistan, but in Canada as well as the United States. He further quoted a report by Washington Post which quoted Narendra Modi and said that this new India comes to your home and kills you. Now, this particular statement by Munir Akram has come after the Guardian's report last month, which stated that the Indian government allegedly assassinated individuals in Pakistan as a part of a wider strategy to eliminate terrorists on foreign soil. The report also said that India allegedly carried out the killings of 20 individuals in Pakistan since 2020 after the Pulwama attack. Pakistan's intention at the UNGA was to harm India's image, was to portray India as the bad guy. What's really interesting over here is that Pakistan has actually applied to become a non-permanent member of the UNSC for the upcoming 2 years, 2025 and 2026. And it is likely that Pakistan is going to become a non-permanent member for the upcoming 2 years. And this is also why China has been backing Pakistan, because China does not want India to become a permanent member of the UNSC. So, if and when Pakistan becomes a non-permanent member of the UNSC, it is constantly going to raise issues regarding Kashmir. How Pakistan thinks that India's part of Kashmir is unhappy. How Pakistan thinks that there are apparently all the crimes against humanity happening in Kashmir. Isn't it ironic how this particular state, Pakistan, which has a history of sending terrorists across borders to India and conducting terrorist activities in India, is now talking about crimes against humanity happening in Kashmir, when this is the first nation that sends all the terrorists in Kashmir, in India's Kashmir. This is the level of hypocrisy that Pakistan is going to play over here and has been for years and years. And secondly, when we look at the conditions in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, or as Pakistan likes to call it, Azad Kashmir, just a couple of weeks ago, they had protests in POK. People were protesting unfair and unjust electricity prices when the Pakistani government hiked prices, and those protests actually happened because Pakistani government, it failed to keep its promise to the people of POK. And although now the protests have been called off because the Pakistani government finally agreed to listen to the demands of the people of POK, but it is uncertain as to how long will this sustain, because given the conditions in Pakistan at this point of time, it is not likely that their economic crisis is going to be solved anytime soon, because they are still demanding, they're still urging for another bailout package from the IMF. And I've talked more about that in this video here. If you're interested in watching that video, you can click the link in the description below. Talking about the UN reforms. Now, India has been calling for reforms at the UN, and India, along with the G4 nations, has proposed an extension of the UNSC. India and the G4 nations, they've urged an increase in the number of permanent members at the UNSC. Now, India was to become a permanent member of the UNSC. And why not? It is the fifth largest economy in the world and now has a growing influence in the geopolitical realm as well. And Pakistan, on the other hand, has not taken a liking to India's growing influence, and which is why it is also partnering up with China to counter this growing influence of India. And when we talk about Pakistan, Pakistan is also asking for reforms at the UNSC. However, those reforms at the UNSC differ from India's reforms. Pakistan wants an increase in the number of non-permanent seats at the UNSC. It wants an additional 10 to 11 members at the non-permanent table. And obviously, Pakistan does not want India to become a permanent member at the UN, because then that will act as a catalyst in India's growing influence and importance in the world. And that will be a huge blow to Pakistan, given the current relationship between India and Pakistan. Now, with this move to become a non-permanent member at the UNSC, Pakistan has also asked for greater transparency in the UNSC. Again, how ironic is it that Pakistan, the government that has not been transparent to its people, that has not been able to live up to the expectations of its people after independence, is now asking the UNSC to show greater transparency when in fact it has not been able to do the same with its people. But China supports Pakistan's bid to become a non-permanent member because the aim of both of these countries is to reduce the importance of India, specifically in the Indian subcontinent, in South Asia. And this is why as soon as Pakistan becomes a non-permanent member, it is going to constantly start raising issues regarding Kashmir. What should India really do to counter Pakistan's strategy? What should India's strategy be? I've come across this article that was written just a few days ago by retired General Narwane. And here's what it says, that India should not confront the Five Eyes. What is Five Eyes? So Five Eyes is a group of five of these Western powers, which includes the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Now, he mentions that India should cooperate with the Five Eyes, specifically when it comes to counter-terrorism, cybersecurity, and maritime security, because these are the issues that are also of concern to India, and also that India must avoid any sort of confrontation with the Five Eyes, because only then will it be able to focus on countering all of those problems and at the same time maintain peace and stability, specifically in the Indo-Pacific region. Now, when we look at this particular statement, New India is dangerous. How has India become dangerous? And let us break it down. Let me break it down for you. So when we look at the economic power of India, India has become the fifth largest economy in the world and is on its way to become the third largest economy in the world in just a few years. Now, India is already a major economic power and it is going to further strengthen that status. On the other hand, when we look at the geopolitical conditions of India, it is right in the middle. We are living in a multipolar world. India is not allies with the West or countries like Russia and China. India is taking up its own stance. India does not want to align with any of the powers in the world because India believes that we are living in a multipolar world where India is strengthening its own presence in the world. And because of this growing influence as an economic power and a geopolitical power, India is becoming dangerous, specifically for the countries that consider India to be its enemy. So, with that being said, what do you think about Pakistan becoming a non-permanent member of the UNSC? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video valuable, please share this with your friends and family and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching this video and have a great day.